Hey ink drinkers, welcome to my humble abode. If this is your first visit, I'm Em, wife and homeschooling mom of 6. 2 have graduated and we've got 2 more hopefully graduating in the next couple of months. And I am thrilled to share our second episode of Poetry Tea Time with you. If you would like to know more about how we approach Poetry Tea Time, what exactly Poetry Tea Time is within the homeschooling community or beyond, you can go ahead and check out the first video that I shared. I will pop the link below so you can check it out and let me know if that is something you're interested in doing in your own home, whether you do it by yourself, with your children, with a friend, with your significant other, however you want to approach it. I'd love to hear if you give it a try. So this month, I decided to read the poem Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. And of course, I wanted to kind of expand the experience for my kids. So we had a simplified version of a Mad Hatter tea party while we read the poem. And I printed off some activity sheets and coloring sheets and things like that for the kids to do as well. While I'm not going to share every little detail about those sheets in this video because it would take up too much time, I will link the appropriate links down below. Most of them were found on Teachers Pay Teachers and were completely free if you have an account there. And then I got a couple other things on some other sites. Monday Mandala is one of my favorite places to get coloring sheets, so if you have not checked that out, do check it out. I found a mandala coloring sheet that was inspired by Jabberwocky, and I think she titled it Through the Garden Window, and so I'm still working on that one right now, but it's a lot of fun. I love coloring those because there are no rules. Along with our Mad Hatter Tea Party and our activity sheets, we also watched the 1999 version of Alice in Wonderland, which was a lot of fun. I had seen it maybe once or twice in my lifetime, but it wasn't the version that I am super familiar with, so it was fun to kind of revisit it. Will I watch it again? Probably not, unless my kids beg me to. It was a little bit cheesy. There were some funny parts in it as well, and I feel like it followed the book pretty closely. My 8-year-old daughter really loved the movie. She enjoyed it. She was kind of glued to the TV while it was on. My 11-year-old son wasn't as into it, but you know, you win some, you lose some. So along with that, we also wanted to take some time to read outside, have like a reading picnic, and just enjoy some time outside yesterday because it was so beautiful. Much of that time was spent watching our guinea pigs play. No worries for those who might be worried about hawks or some sort of neighborhood predator getting them. They were always within arm's reach of us, and we kept our eyes on the sky. But it was a lot of fun to just get some fresh air and enjoy the first official day of spring here in the United States. While Jabberwocky was a challenge to read aloud because there are some made-up words and some just tricky, kind of tongue-twisty words in that poem, I really enjoyed it, and I think the kids enjoyed it as well. The way things were worded reminded us a lot of Dr. Seuss, so that was a fun little connection that my son had made. So for our tea time, our drinks of choice were coffee because I was still finishing up my mug of coffee, and the kids had milk and water. That's what we wanted instead of tea. We did set out our tea tins to decorate the table because we wanted to give it a Mad Hatter-esque sort of vibe, but we did end up drinking other beverages. I made little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We had some mandarin oranges set out, and one of my older daughters made some chocolate covered pretzels. So I thought it was a great little treat, nice little quick lunch, and it's a lot of fun to just set things up and make things a little bit more special than your average lunch. Because it was the first day of spring, the kids also went around the house and picked out some of their favorite books that remind them of spring, that gave some spring vibes. So we set that up in our dining room, which also serves as our homeschool room, and so those will remain there for a while until we want to switch them out again. But it's nice to change up the books that are more visible every season or once a month even, or according to whatever holiday is coming up. Just brings a lot more fun into the mix and keeps things fresh and exciting. Aside from skipping out on a couple of the things that I had planned for the day, I think overall our poetry tea time afternoon went well. We were able to extend it over the entire afternoon and into the evening, so that was a lot of fun, and I look forward to the next. I'm not sure what we'll be doing for our next poetry tea time, who will be studying, and what poems we'll be reading, but you can be sure that I will share whatever we get into here on this channel. Again, let me know if you're into poetry tea time, if you've ever tried it, or if you're thinking of trying it. I'd love to hear more. I will link the Brave Writer website down below. That is where we got the inspiration for poetry tea time in the first place, years and years ago, when my oldest grown children were a lot younger. So it's a tradition that I wanted to bring back up into our family again, and I'm really glad that I was reminded of this fun tradition. Cheers to reading poetry and finding fun activities to do to ring in a new season. Have a great one, guys.